Many of us invest in real estate in the hope of creating an additional income stream for our retirement years. Is this a good idea? Stay with us as we find out.
Relationships that build wealth, create opportunities, the right solutions. That's what we do at JN Fund Managers.
We're in pursuit of your financial security.
Portfolio and investment management services for individuals and corporate clients, from wealth building and risk management to preparing for a comfortable retirement. Strong, stable, secure.
We're in pursuit of your success.
Let's talk. JN Fund Managers, your safer, smarter financial partner.
But most importantly, Annette, my husband and I invested in real estate, which has proven to be the best investment we've ever made.
The words of Pamela, a guest on this program last year. She told us that she partnered with her husband to include real estate as part of their preparations for retirement. Clearly, Pamela was happy with that decision. Troy Bygrave, Business Relationship and Sales Manager, Jamaica National, and our guest this morning. Why do many persons consider purchasing real estate as part of their retirement portfolio? But I should welcome you to the program first, Troy. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you, Annette. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you.
All right, let me call this the Pamela's approach. I'm glad I brought up Pamela, because here's an individual who has seen it fit to actually make a long-term investment in their future. Pamela has used what I would call a long-term sustainable approach in ensuring that she has residual income. It's one of the less risky investment options available to you and want to plan. So in addition to your formal pension plan, what Pamela has sought to do along with her husband is invest in real estate. And what you're actually doing when you take this approach, the Pamela's approach, Annette, is you're looking at the sustainable income. You're looking at the residual income to keep you into the future, into those golden years. You're looking at capital appreciation, because what you're doing is preserving your capital in terms of you investing in real estate and generating some rental income from that property. And there are a number of things, other stuff that you could opt to do later on with the property. So the Pamela's approach is really a wise and a smart approach that we all can benefit from.
So real estate can be an excellent decision for inclusion in one's retirement plan. From your experience, are persons in their, let's say, 30s and 40s as interested in purchasing homes as part of their preparations for retirement as their parents were?
Yes, and individuals in this age range are very much interested in doing purchasing of homes. And we find at Jamaica National that most of our mortgages fall between the age of 25 to 45, which is within the same band you just mentioned. And so I think young people are really wising up. They're doing their stuff, and they're thinking along the line, just as though their parents have thought of putting solid foundations in place. They're actually doing that through mortgages, through Jamaica National.
That's good to hear. Now, if you want to buy a second home as an investment for your retirement years, at what stage of your life is it best to do so?
And the answer to that question is right now. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Be proactive about it. Start doing it now. Once you can afford to do so, do it right away.
That takes us, Troy, back to the advice that all our financial professionals have shared on this program. Planning for retirement should begin early on. So, ideally for many persons, investing for retirement best begins as a long-term endeavor in order for us to reap the maximum benefits from our decisions. Do the mortgage rates differ for homes purchased solely for income generation as against those purchased by persons who plan to live in them?
All right, and thanks for that question. Well, the mortgage rates might not differ. Let me just mention the rate right now. The residential rate at present is at 8.5%. So we recently introduced a lower rate, and I know a lot of members listening out there would love that. But what we find is that if you're going to buy a property, which you're going to be living in, you'll find the interest rate to be there. But what we will do is extend the level of financing that we give. So what really differs there is the level of financing. If you're going to have an owner-occupied property, then the level of financing might go up to as much as 90%. And we do have a joint agreement with the National Housing Trust as well, where you can benefit from this exercise. But for homeowners who want to buy a second property for income generation, towards a pension, what you'll find out, we'll tweak the financing a bit, and we'll bring it down to 75% financing on a valuation or purchase price of the property, whichever comes out low. So in truth and in fact, though, what will differ is really the financing level and not necessarily the rate that you get the loan at.
I understand. Thanks. So real estate can be and has been a great option to include in one's retirement plans. But what are the downsides? That is, what do we need to be careful of when we purchase a home primarily to generate an income stream when we retire?
Okay, in this area, Annette, what you want to look at is investing in real estate. You want to look at the location. Bear in mind, you're buying a property that you're planning on renting out in order for it to generate residual income. And so the location is very crucial. I mean, there are individuals who might not want to rent a property from you because of the very location. And so that's one of the downsides. You can't really, construct a property in anywhere. So you have to be careful about that.
Location.
The location is, be very careful on that one. But in addition to that, you need a plan B. Suppose, for instance, the rental income from the property is not able to cover the mortgage which you obtained from the financial institution. You have to look at that as well. And so the plan B might involve having a savings account to back you up just in case. Or it might mean that as well, that the property might not be rented for 1 year time, 2 years time. So there has to be a plan B that is put in place. And so the downside is for individuals who are not prepared. Put a plan B alongside you investing in this property to generate your income. And bear in mind, as I said, the mortgage coverage that you have to be embarking on, the rental might not be enough to cover that. So you have to look at all those areas and ensure that you cover your tracks.
So you've been a part of the industry for many years. Advise us why it's important to schedule a consultation with a mortgage professional as soon as you decide that you want to purchase real estate for any reason at all.
All right, let's go back to Pamela's approach.
Yes.
I'm sure Pamela and her husband in the thinking would have gone to a financial institution, such as Jamaica National. And the first thing they want to do, and what you want to do there, is to get yourself pre-approved. You want to know, can I afford $1 million house? Mm-hmm. Can I afford a $10 million house? Can I afford to buy a $20 million house? And this is where a financial expert comes in, or a mortgage officer comes in. They will guide you through the process. They will look at your income, for instance, and along with your additional debts that you have servicing now, and see whether or not you can take on that type of investment. So first of all, be guided by taking on the advice of a financial officer in whatever project like this you're embarking on.
I can't close our conversation, Troy, without asking the big question. What's distinctive about the team that you're a part of, the Jamaica National team? Nice
question, Anil. I love that question. And the answer to that is solid, safe, secure. Right? Solid is a solid team. It's a secure team. It's a team that has been around for over, I know I don't look it, but over 140 years we have been around. Jamaica National is one of those stable institutions, and we continue to offer our services to our members.
Should we consider including real estate as part of our plans for income generation? Troy Bygrave answered all our questions and then some. Thank you, Troy, for sharing your time with us. You'll be back again with us soon?
Yes, Annette, I'll definitely do so. And in fact, let me just add as well, in addition to what I just mentioned, yes, that a part of the team involves Ms. Tiffany Gordon, who is the executive in charge of sales at Jamaica National Insurance and Mortgage Sales. Exactly. And along with Tiffany, you have a very vibrant sales team, mobile officers who basically will meet you where you are. There are also 3 financial mortgage centers island-wide, one in Kingston, one in Montego Bay, and one in Mandeville. So our members and friends can look forward to a personalized service at Jamaica National.
Thank you, Troy Bygrave, Business Relationship and Sales Manager, Jamaica National. Another interesting and informative program in the series, Retirement Matters. We invite you to hear the program again if you wish by visiting JNFM's Facebook page. Please send your questions to jnfundmanagers@jnbs.com. You can also contact us through our website, or if you prefer, then text us on 504-1719. That's 504-1719. Enjoy your journey to retirement, your here and now, even as you plan for the future. And take care of yourself and others. Until next week, goodbye.